This week on Thursdays with Rob and Paul, we welcome the master of all the universes. That's right, Eugene Cordero. You've seen him in the MCU. You've seen him in the Star Wars universe. You've seen him in the legendary monster universe, even the Broken Lizard verse. And some people are even saying Steven universe. That's right, Eugene Cordero joins the show. He plays a brand new game where we guess the fail. That's right, we watch the first moment of a YouTube video and then we guess how the person failed. Also joining us, YA novelist Marcela Carp. She's talking about her brand new book, Getting Over Max Cooper. It is a great, great book. We also give her some of our YA pitches. And Rob and I break down the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial the best way we can about examining how large dog shit should actually be. So stick around, check out the show. I have found myself getting sucked in to this Johnny Depp trial. I swore that I wasn't gonna. I was like, I don't care about it. That's people's business. I'm staying out of it.
My wife kept trying to bait me and going like, "Oh my God," and I'd be like, "What?" And she's like, "Are you following this Johnny Depp thing?" I was like, "I'm actively not following it."
I was the same way.
I got a little taste,
and now I'm in.
I'm in.
All right, so Johnny Depp is on the stand. That's the one I checked in this week. I've been reading some things about it. I will say this, because look, we're going to be talking about sensitive material. I don't want to trigger anybody. We're not probably going to trigger anybody. I think this is an incredibly toxic relationship. I think that, the facts will speak for themselves. I don't want to talk about any of the allegations. What I want to talk about with you is some of the crazy shit that I am learning that I had no idea about. Like the stuff that is blowing my mind was yesterday, Johnny Depp.
And to be clear, I mean, you already said this, but we're not making light of any sort of abuse.
No, domestic abuse. And there's nothing funny about that. I do believe that there are victims here. I do believe this is a toxic relationship. This is just all the nonsense on the side of it, because it is a television trial, which means
can I say also, just to come clean a little bit, I don't know the background of I mean, I know they have a terrible relationship, but I don't even know, like, is he the maniac? Is she the maniac? Are they both maniacs that just should have never been together, or we don't know?
I have some theories, but I also feel like those might I have some theories, but I feel like, you know what, I'm not a judge, I'm not a jury, but I think it's safe to say that that it was a toxic relationship and that people were hurt in this relationship. And I think that there was a lot of manipulation going on, and things are coming out. But the things that
some of these details are off-putting.
The thing that I am fascinated by, and Molly, can you maybe bring up, because you have the music, I think, attached to this. Yesterday, when Johnny Depp was on trial, he was talking about his band. And he kept on talking about his band, the Hollywood Vampires, right? And the Hollywood, I'm like, what is the Hollywood Vampires? And he talked about it with such conviction. And I think that's been part of the fun of watching Johnny Depp testify. It has nothing to do with his relationship. He's like, I think I was in New York with the Hollywood Vampires doing rehearsal. And they're like, well, were you in New York? He's like, well, actually a casino. We were doing a rehearsal in a casino. I was like, were you in a space? I said, well, before the European tour with Hollywood Vampires. And I was like, what the fuck is Hollywood Vampires? And I needed to find out. I want to show you some Hollywood Vampires clip. Here is Hollywood Vampires on Jimmy Kimmel Live. It looks like Alice Cooper's in this band. You'll see there's a bunch of different rock stars in it, but check this out.
Time for a little sermon from the Right Reverend Pepe Shalabon.
Here comes Johnny Depp getting ready. This is a Jimmy Kimmel performance, not a lot, not like a. All right, so thank you, Molly. So those are the Hollywood Vampires.
shut up and play the hits. You know what I mean? Don't.
And they are playing the hits. They're doing covers.
Do they only do covers? I'm not familiar with. I mean, I've seen pictures of him in the band, which from way back.
I have a feeling they're probably a little mix and match. I'm a Johnny Depp fan. I've been a Johnny Depp fan since
and you
21
you
Jump
love
Street.
you love the Vampires original stuff.
I love the original stuff.
Yeah. What are some of your faves? Just if you had to pick
I like
a favorite
one
Hollywood
called Bourbon and Cocaine. I like MDMA. I'm okay. MDMA. I think that's the other one. But I was a Johnny Depp fan back in the day when he was like doing his other band called P. Right? There's a band called P. This is like a time where like everyone had a band. I think Keanu had a band. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but like
a lot of vanity bands. Yeah.
It's sort of like when you become a super famous person, the hardest thing in the world is to get like a record deal, and the easiest thing in the world when you're super famous is to be like, and my band. And that's, 20 Seconds to Mars or whatever that fucking thing is. So Hollywood Vampires, I was blown away by that. But then, I mean, the trial is degrading. And this is something that was played on Entertainment Tonight last night. This is about Johnny Depp speculating. One of the things that they found was there was feces on Johnny's side of the bed in one of the places that they live in. And this is a little description of what happened here.
My side of the bed was human fecal matter, and she tried to blame it on the dogs. Sorry, I could not agree with her. I lived with those dogs. I picked up their fun. It was not the dogs.
I mean, we are hypothesizing about the size of dog shit.
Can we play the clip again? Because I want to see when extra cuts to the shot of the dogs. Is one of the dogs in a cardboard box? Like
they're in like little they're all in little purses. Throughout the trial, they cut to text messages, photos. Yeah, they're in little purses. They're like they're dog purses. I mean, it is so crazy that there is so much of this trial that has nothing to do with like abuse. It is just nonsense. And this is the thing that I'm most excited to share with you, which is this text exchange. Because the idea that like your texts are just open for business. So check out this.
In this, and when it says Steve here, Mr. Depp, that's what Miss Heard referred to you as, correct?
Yes.
And you referred to her as Slim, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
And so you text her rears, tears, beers, shears, sapphires, leers, jeers, queers, hears, fakirs, mouseketeers, ears. I can go all night. DJ Maxi Pad, the old vintage motherfucker you went for, dumbass. Did I read that right?
I was signing off as dumbass.
And then below that, you write, don't call me again and do not expect anything from me. You see that?
I do see that.
Did I read that right?
You really did.
Let's go to the next page.
I mean, like,
Eat
this is
with your equine, AD, bovine yerps. And thanks for the support. Have a great shoot. You sicken me. Leave me fucking be, Officer Squarehead. Your display of guilt and matronliness as a lesbian camp counselor was plenty. Your future is on display. Best of luck.
All right, so my pick that like
thank you.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
there's so much to unpack here, but the fact that your text messages. Imagine if your text with your wife or my text with, because everyone has dumb crap that they say when you're. I'm not defending that situation.
Well, but by the way, there's nothing
saying,
there.
I would be.
What are you can't defend that. He's just rhyming words and signing off as DJ Maxi Pad. Like, what does that have to do with? Like, that has nothing to do. There's nothing there. Like, just a list of rhyming words. But yeah, you're right. Like, if you take it away, like, I love that he had to say like, I actually was signing off as dumbass. And one of the things that I've been loving about Johnny Depp's texts is that he signs them JD. Like, he signs his text as if Oh, who sent me this text? Oh, I guess it was Johnny Depp. It was a JD at the end of that.
Bananas.
I mean, it's like that rhyming thing makes me laugh so hard. It's so embarrassing. You're right. Like, it's so embarrassing to see if anyone took anything out of context in a fight or anything, but I don't even see how that is even in a fight. And then to have to defend that on the stand of like
and then
rhyming words.
And then he kind of like tries to downplay, but I'm, by saying that when the guy's like, did I do that? Did I read that correctly? He's like, yeah, you really did.
Well, really this guy, this lawyer, all he says is he reads something awful and goes, did I get that right? After every single thing, he's like, yes, you got it right. And then like, and his name, like, Molly, do you know the guy's name? Because one of my favorite parts of it is, here, I'm just looking to see what his name is. It's one of my favorite. It's like, here, hold on. I just want to make sure I say it right. Does anyone in the comments know his name? The guy is antagonizing Johnny Depp, really pushing him. And look, they're both, they're going toe to toe on a lot of different stuff, but he always refers to the lawyer by his full name. He goes, yes, that's correct. Rottenborn. Like, he's always using his last name. It's like, his name is H. Benjamin Rottenborn. So he's like, yes, Mr. Rottenborn. Yes. And it's like, it's just like it's one of my favorite. It's contentious and nonsense non-stop today.
There's a couple weird things that, like, I never understand why some trials are televised and you can watch all of the, like, I guess it depends on the state, maybe, where the thing happened. This one I know because I grew up where this trial is. It's in Fairfax County, Virginia, which is where I grew up and went to high school. And that's because that's where the Washington Post, their printing press, is in Fairfax County. So that's where the crime happened, where the actual printing was done was in Fairfax County, where she wrote that op-ed or whatever, accusing him of abuse. So that's why it's in Fairfax County, Virginia. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But it's so, oh man.
It is a real, I mean,
it would be so, imagine like just doing that for like 3 weeks or a month or whatever it is. Like,
he's been on the stand for like 4 days straight, and it is just very specific like questions, and it's always like, what day was that? What year? What is that? Like,
is it live? Like, are people watching it on?
You can watch it on TikTok live. You can watch it on YouTube live. You can watch it on Court TV live. So I have been like, and every time I'm like, it's like a little taste. I'm like, well, I'll just watch a couple more minutes, and then it just pulls me in. And there's these videos that come up, and there are these moments where, and I'll wrap up in a second because we have our first guest here. But there was this moment where they played a video today. And they keep on not telling him the date of it, but it's the day that his mother passed away. And he is in the kitchen, slamming kitchen counters and kicking the fridge. His mom has just died, and he is having a little bit of a freak out. He's not directing it towards Amber, but she's taping it. She's taped every conversation that the amount of tape, video and audio tape of all, like in bed, drunk, not drunk, like over a toilet, like it is wild. And he catches the camera like recording him, but like she's like, are you okay? What's going on? And he's like, you know what went on, and then he grabs a giant bottle of wine and pours it into like the comically large cup, like your comically large cup, and he goes, you want me to drink this? No, I'll drink this right now. And then the guy like the lawyer's like, you poured yourself a mega pint of wine. He's like, mega pint? Like Johnny Depp is like almost doing Johnny Depp is so relaxed, but he's like, it's a circus of just insanity. Like none of it means anything. It's like, it's so, and to have video footage of you having these
now let me ask you, what the whole time you've been talking.
Yes.
And I want to get to Eugene, we're coming at you. So get fucking do push-ups and get oiled up. But what I want to know from you, Paul Scheer, is whose poop do you think it was?
I have to see a picture of the poop. They have not put the poop on the screen. I'm going to say that those dogs, I know my mom has small dogs. Those dogs are not capable of shitting as much as what the described amount of shit is.
What if the poop was like this big?
Oh, God. That is not those little dogs cannot poop that much.
Okay. You don't think
I would love them to bring in sample dog shit to be like, hey, man, yes, that's about the size of their fun.
Is that what he said? They're fun?
They're
I thought
fun.
he said they're funk. Oh.
No. This is like watching like Tennessee will, like a
when
rum
he called
soaked.
it they're fun, if I were the other lawyer, I'd be like, I rest my case. He called it fun. We're out of here.
It's so rough. Well, Rob, you already mentioned him. We have a star of not only the MCU. This guy's in the Star Wars universe. He's in the Star Trek universe.
Wait, how many universes is he a part of?
He is essentially the center of the multiverse, where Tacoma PD, which is the Broken Lizard universe, which I think is seen him on.
That's a very big universe. Yeah.
Seen him on Loki. We know he's on Loki. We know he's on The Mandalorian. We know that he is on Star Trek Lower Decks along with me. And just a ton of other things. Please welcome Eugene Cordero.
Yo. Are y'all talking
Yeah.
about Johnny Depp? Y'all talking about Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you
shit.
in? Are you?
No.
Have you watched any of it?
Oh, wait. He may be friends.
I didn't watch any of it. As soon as I saw that a man like Johnny Depp, Edward Scissorhands, Sweetie Todd, Sweetie Todd, Sondheim Sweetie Todd,
the barber of Fleet Street,
movie musical version of Sweeney Todd was on that stand and his suit didn't fit. I was like, I'm out of here, man. How can your suit not fit? You are like I'm like, come on, bud.
There is one element where I feel like no one has prepped him at all.
That's your only problem with the whole thing is that his suit doesn't fit.
I get it. He's he's in some shit. I mean, a lot of people are in shit right now. But like you're sitting on that stand, you knew it was happening. You've had stylists for other shit.
I feel like
they're in a suit that it looks like it looks like big.
His job is to look fashionable. He arguably is one of the fashionable people on the red carpet, but here I don't know if it's the angle or the way that he is crammed into a little suit. I don't know if it's too conservative for him or
will he lose that like cologne that he has? There's like that cologne where he's like,
you think that's been gone. That's part of the deal. Amber's got that. Amber's got that already.
She's got giant bottles at home of cologne.
Bottles. She's got it. Also,
I should have bought it. I should have bought a ton of it while it was valuable.
I didn't jump on this early enough, but Rob, why do you have purple poop?
Okay, that's a great question because it wasn't really explained at all. Thank you for asking. Everywhere I go, I carry a simulated dog poop in case there is like a fire or like a tornado and my family gets trapped. What are we going to eat? Well, we can always eat the fake dog poop, so that's why.
That's the reason. No. I get it.
Wait, are you not prepared for? I mean, you're a family guy. I know that.
Yeah. I love the show. It's so.
No. I wasn't. I'm not trying to.
I
promote.
love it. I love it.
No.
I love it.
You like American Dad though a little bit more than Family Guy.
Man, I mean, I'm just like, why is the alien there? I get it. I'm in.
But in case of an emergency, Huge, do you have a plan in Los Angeles, like how to bug out, how to, do you have like a go bag? And
you mean food wise?
Yeah, food wise, anything like first aid, sandpaper. Well, I don't know what you need,
Yeah. Sandpaper, yes. First aid, no. Food, no. But sandpaper,
what about water? Do you have like jugs of water?
That's what I'm hoping will happen with sandpaper somehow, but I haven't figured out.
If you rub sandpaper against like a piece of wood, you get water. I think I'm not sure. We'll figure it out.
Say that again.
Okay. So sandpaper against wood, I think gets you water. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
By the way, I have the saddest thing that I have currently in my house for like the go bag or the disaster moment. And as I'm talking about it, I'm even embarrassed to admit it. I have a big water jug, like a very big, like blue container, like a water jug container.
I got 2. No big deal.
Guess what?
I can afford it.
And dry and
I
empty.
only have that.
Never fill them up.
That tells you how much water you're supposed to drink in a day.
Right? Yeah. Like,
it's 6 p.m., motherfucker. Get ready. You should have 2 gallons deep.
Oh my God!
I got it at a Lululemon.
I don't know how you're gonna provide for the people that are depending on you, dude.
During the pandemic, everyone was upset. During the pandemic, everyone got obsessed with how much water they were drinking in a day, because I saw everyone drinking like everyone was drinking the bodybuilder amount of water. Like I was like, this is like for professional athletes. You don't need to be carrying this from your bathroom to your kitchen to your bedroom. Like people are like, I gotta bring this around. I gotta do this. I gotta.
But Huge, you're an exercise head. I mean, me too, obviously, but how much
me too, baby.
How much water are you supposed to drink in a day, or how much do you drink?
I think you're supposed to drink the amount you weigh in pounds and ounces.
Right.
Is that true?
Is that really? Oh, I thought you were doing it. That's true. Wow.
Yeah. Something around there.
No.
Like if you're gonna go crazy,
you would drown. You would drown.
You could. I mean, that's like that weird thing.
Do you remember? Do you remember? This is not funny. Well, who cares? We can cut this out later. But because it's not, the show's not live.
Cut it out.
I'm gonna go dark because this is gonna be bad.
There was a radio station that was like P for Wii, or they made people like get Nintendo Wiis drink as much water as they could, and they were drowning people. Like people were like, I think one person went to the hospital, one person died. Yeah, because they were making them drink just an obscene amount of water. Their body couldn't handle it. But it was like, can't pee for Wii. It was some dumb thing where it's like, and it was like, your body, like you have to be a little bit careful about it. You gotta get some other stuff in there.
I don't know what it is exactly, but something roughly around your weight you can do in water. So then, like by the end of the day, you're peeing clear.
Right. That's what I always think is.
Okay.
I think is the thing.
All right. So if you weigh 170 pounds,
what if when you pee,
a
little bit of smoke comes out?
Okay. A little bit of smoke I hear is okay.
Oh.
Smoke and blood, not a good combo.
Oh.
But that's also because you're trying to make water out of sandpaper and things like that.
There's a lot of things there. All right. So just so you know, Eugene, I just did the math. If you weigh 170 pounds.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. You need to be drinking, according to your method, 2,720 ounces a day. Now that translates into 21 gallons of water a day.
No. I think I said, and we can play this back.
Let's play it back. Let's go to the tape.
So let's play the tape. I think I said how much you weigh in pounds is equal to what you drink in ounces.
Oh, okay. So okay.
If you
I
weigh
thought you meant like
170 pounds, then it's like a gallon and a half.
I got it. Okay. I thought you had to change your pounds into ounces. Okay. So 170 ounces is 1.3 gallons. That's manageable.
Did you know that when you came on the show, we've known you for a million years, but did you know that the format of the show was this sort of gotcha thing where we try to get you to give bad fitness tips and trap you legally?
I didn't realize that. I knew that this show was a lot of math.
Yeah, a lot of math.
I knew right off the bat. I'm like,
but you brought a pen. I saw you brought a pen there, so you were ready to do some math off camera. Yeah.
Get ready for math. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, Eugene, we want to play a game with you. We want to be conscious of your time. Do you have a couple minutes to play a quick game with us?
I have plenty of time. Also, if you guys want anything from the hotel,
Where are you at? What hotel are you in right now? What state are you in?
I'm in New York. I just landed a half hour ago.
Oh my gosh.
God. Oh my gosh.
How long are you in New York for?
I'm in New York until Sunday.
Okay, nice.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, before we get to the game, Paul, can I ask Eugene, because I want to get some clarity on how we set him up. Paul claims that you're part of several different movie universes.
I'll name them. You tell me what. All right. First of all, I missed out of one. You're part of the Universal Monsters universe. That's the King Kong universe, right?
Yeah, the legendary universe. Yep.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
my
The
God.
legendary
Oh my
universe.
God.
The MCU, whatever they call the Star Wars universe. I'm going to assume the Star Wars universe.
I think they call it the Star Wars. Yeah. Universe.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, some version of. I don't know if Lonely Island has a universe, but I would imagine that is, you know, they have a cast of characters. They have you know, the View Askew is Kevin Smith's universe. I imagine Broken Lizard has their same.
Oh yes, yeah. They kind of have their thing. I think it is just kind of like the Super Trooper-ish verse.
Yeah, you're in the super verse.
Yeah.
And am I missing?
And then the one that we're both part of.
Oh yeah, and Star Trek.
Star Trek. Yeah.
It's a lot of universes, man.
It's a lot of universes, man.
A lot of NDAs, because the one of the things
I'm about to crush these cons.
All I want to say is this:
with the cons,
I think that you probably experienced something that probably many people did, but to your group of friends, probably blew your mind, because when you were on The Mandalorian, the idea of Baby Yoda, Grogu, was not known by anybody. You were on the show, which I'm sure, you know, to your NDA, I'm sure you didn't talk about. And obviously
I had to sign there was an NDA for the show, and I had to sign a separate one on the day that motherfucking Yoda was up in that motherfucker. They were like,
you couldn't tell anyone.
You got to sign this one. And there was children there, and they had to sign it. Their parents had to sign it. I was like, what? These kids are going to.
What about Grogu? Did Grogu have to sign it?
Grogu was fucking just sitting there like
it's Grogu
machine.
It's Grogu's lawyers, Rob. This is all Grogu's doing.
Yeah.
I did hear a thing about Grogu that, like, they kept it such a secret that when it came out and everyone wanted the toys, the toy department didn't even know about it. So they were like, we don't know how to even make this. Like they freaked out. But like the idea that you had to keep this a giant secret, like it was about a year you had to sit on this thing, like, because sure, okay,
and he's not good. Eugene is not good at keeping secrets. I'm good. No.
Immediately, I if there's one thing that you know about me, it's that I tweet a lot.
Yeah, all the time. But he's ruined so many surprise birthday parties for me. My wife, you know, Paul, my wife loves to plan a big surprise birthday party for me. And probably the last 10 years, like a week before, I'll get an email from Eugene. Hey, man, just heads up. Your wife is planning a big surprise party for you. You know, I'm like, dude.
I'll tell him exactly where it is. And then I'll also preface it with, sorry, I can't make it.
I won't be there.
Sorry, I can't make it, but I think you're gonna have a great time. Or you send what you do is you send a text that says surprise, and Rob's like, what do you mean? Oh, I can't make your party, your surprise party on Saturday, so I just want to make sure I get it in. Like my mom is so excited to celebrate birthdays that she will celebrate the day before. I've never gotten a birthday text message on the day of my birth. I get it the day before, which is like, happy birthday. I'm like, it's tomorrow. She's like, I know, but I wanted to be the first one. I'm like, it's not a thing.
Well, I mean, it's also the last day of the month, man. So
right, yes, exactly. Well, there you go.
More importantly, it's my wedding anniversary. That's how I remember Paul's birthday. I got married on Paul's birthday, and I got married on Paul's birthday so that I can remember his birthday.
And that I really appreciate that.
I remember Paul's birthday because we celebrated it when we were freaking children.
Yes, we used to have a great like a great combined birthday party, because it was my birthday, Jackie Clark's birthday, John Gemberling's birthday, Chad Carter's birthday. And we would do like a massive like one party for everyone, so we didn't have to fight for like, let's blow it out and rent out like a back of a bar or something like that. But yeah, that was the good old days. You have a birthday coming up.
Who are you talking to? Me?
You? Yeah.
I mean, really, we all do. Everybody does.
Yeah, we all do. I do have one in the middle of the summer, and we'll be traveling for it. But we'll be around.
You're gonna be one of those
I'm
cons. You're gonna be at a con.
I'm gonna be at con making that money. I'm making that con money, baby.
Eugene, does forgive me for not knowing this. Is Tacoma PD is that's still going?
It is. It starts shooting again this summer. So.
Oh, great! And those guys are super fun, right?
They're the best. They're so funny, so fun, goofy. You know,
my wife is from Tacoma, and I think she thinks that it's shot in Tacoma.
No.
And
Woodland Hills.
I know, but I try to tell her. I don't want to tell her that. I don't want to tell her because we watched a show, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know this part of Tacoma," and I just have to like sit on my hands and like I don't want to blow it, and like she'll get upset.
Well, now let me ask you this. I want to just go back to this universe, the multi-universes that you are in.
Grogu.
Well, you don't even have to. You know what?
How big is Grogu's dick? Are you allowed to say?
I'll be honest.
No, he can't talk about it.
No. I can talk about it because, especially since all of the mechanics were running through my body for a full day, and they never used those shots. The whole day running all of these wires and puppetry through my arm and through my costume so I can pick the child up and put it into our car or our cart. And then it looks at me and I like look at it like, whoa, this is weird, and put him down, which was very great on the day.
Yeah.
But then but it took like, hours for them to figure it out so you couldn't see it. And I guess maybe when they were cutting it together, they realized they could see it or something because it was just like,
Yeah.
Do you want to give us a little taste of that scene? I mean, just
you ready? You want to see it?
Yeah.
I'm going to use this pen that I've been using as a prop.
Right.
We'll continue. Okay. So I did this.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
Action.
Fuck,
but
dude.
Guys,
that's amazing.
That took Bryce Dallas Howard 12 hours to shoot.
It's a hard thing because it is like, this is the whole thing. People are like, more practical stuff. We need to see more, not CGI. Because if that was CGI, you could have just been like, huh. Who?
I would have done that. I would have done this. I would have fucking David Blained it. You know what I'm saying?
Just fit it in my hands. Minority Report. Like this, do all that shit. Figure it out later, nerds. Build it later around my hands. People are also saying you're in the Arrested Development universe. I mean, not everything that you do is a universe per se, but because that doesn't seem like that's
people are upset
You're right.
because we're saying everyone's upset because we're saying Grogu, and it's not. We're mispronouncing that.
What is it?
There's too many R's. There's too many R's.
Oh, too many R's.
It's
Grogu.
It's
Grogu. Gogu.
Goguru.
Gogu.
It's Gogo. It's Gogo in-flight Wi-Fi.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, it was all a tie-in for in-flight Wi-Fi.
I also just like
in-flight Wi-Fi.
People are saying it's Grogu, Goku, Gear, or Gagu. I think there's like Gogurt. All right, so here's the game we want to play with you, Eugene.
Yes.
It's very simple. It's a game of fails. We are going to show you a still, and then we are just going to guess. I know the answer. Rob doesn't know the answer. You don't know the answer. How it ends. Like this is like I'll show you the example of it here. I'm going to pop up my screen. Hold on one second.
We've never played this game before, so bear with us.
Oh yeah.
All right, so here we go.
I know you love games. I know you love math.
I love math. I love games. I love videos. Let's share a video.
All right. And Molly, you have it all ready to. Oh, sorry. There you go. You have it all ready to go. You can play the video part of it, or do I play the video part of it? Okay, got it. Okay. So here it is. A guy dressed as John Wick going into the refrigerator.
And we're supposed to guess. We're supposed to guess what's going to happen to him.
Yes, like roughly, what do you think will happen to John Wick opening a refrigerator? Great. That's what I was.
Does it have anything to do with that leather chair behind him, or we don't know yet?
Good. No, this is it. This is a chance for us to just. I'm not going to give you any hints. We're going to put it. We'll lock it in. This is a brand new game show. Against that fail, And yeah, it could involve the leather chair.
This is a great game show, by the way.
Full-on game show.
Full-on game show. There's no reason this can't be a 1 hour long game show
man.
on
Get
a
it on
network,
NBC.
like on NBC,
man.
hosted by Chris Hardwick. Okay. I'm gonna guess
Definitely
he opens
don't we start do we get to watch the first part of it, or do
No,
we just
this
guess
is it.
it?
This,
No, we
this
have
is
to
the
just
first
guess,
frame.
from the
Everything
first
is
frame.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is it, or
Okay.
roughly the first frame. The most
Oh.
interesting frame. This is before the disaster happens. So all you got to know is John Wick opens a fridge, and you think somehow he falls back into that leather chair, which I think is a great guess, a solid guess.
I think he's either going to fall back in that leather chair, or all of a sudden all those magnets don't work.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna guess he's gonna open the refrigerator so hard that the freezer will also open and hit him in the face.
Ooh.
And then, but you know, we've seen that before. But then I think it's gonna hit him so hard it'll actually decapitate him.
Okay, so
Wow.
Rob is predicting death. Somebody says that the fridge falls on him. Here we go. This is the full John Wick clip.
Okay.
That
Wait, we
Just-
gotta watch it again. We gotta watch it again.
watch again.
Wait.
He just broke his fridge, right?
Everything in
Just
the
like
fridge
everything
fell
in
out.
the fridge fell out.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The force that he opened it.
That was a pretty good. I feel like a nice start. A nice
Pretty
start
good.
to the game of fails.
I think it's because he did the open and close. It kind of got everything moving in there.
This funny sketch is now dead for him. All right, now he has got to clean. The saddest moment on these fails, or a fail like that, is the cleanup after. Like, you should tape the cleanup after. It's sort of like, just like mopping up fucking ketchup, and you're kind of still in your John Wick costume, and you're like, I don't even know. And now it's gonna be on a fail video. Did I want that? I don't know.
No, Paul, people are asking, and I'm asking this too in the chat. People are saying, is this Paul plugging the Fail Army website? Are you being
you know what it is? It's just me cobbling together clips. I tried my best. I give it up to Fail Army. There you go.
Okay.
Oh,
right,
God, they always do the best work.
We love Fail Army, the best comp. That's what we call it in the business. Compilations. We call them comps. The best comps in the biz. All right. This is the next one here. We are all fathers. And here we go. This is
I'm the best father.
You have that mug. You have that mug that says it. Yeah.
That's what that soup mug was?
Yeah.
It's not a soup mug, bro.
No,
that's a soup mug.
That mug is for soup, bro. You're not supposed to drink liquids out of it. You're supposed to eat soup.
You can't really walk around with a comically big mug. It's like that guy. Remember that guy who was like the head of the FCC, who was like testifying and he had like a giant Reese's peanut butter cup thing. It's like, you devalue. I mean, not Rob, but in a workplace environment, you devalue yourself immediately with a comically large cup. Like, you can't. It's too much. Like, I gotta drink this much coffee. It's like, no, you don't. Yeah. It's like that.
We get it.
All right,
Get to the fail, Paul.
Fail. Okay.
We get
Here it is. Baby, mom.
Oh.
What is it?
I know it. It's vomit. It's vomit all day.
All right, vomit all day.
By who?
It's
By the
vomit all
baby
day.
or the mom?
Oh,
The
baby. Oh, I wish mom vomited up into the baby.
Well, baby could vomit and then mom could vomit. A double
that's
vomit.
what I'm going. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with double
vomit?
cannons. Yeah.
All right, here we go, Molly. What do we got? Somebody says baby hits the floor. Hawk flies in. Okay.
Oh, take off. Where are you
Oh.
OMG.
All right, that was good. Eugene got that
By
one.
the reaction, yeah.
Yeah, she seems pissed. It's
That's all her fault. That was all her fault.
Is it?
Well, also, you can't feed your baby sandpaper. That baby eats a lot of sandpaper. That's for bigger
Easily doing the math of somebody who weighs more than them in water.
By the way, also saying OMG, like someone pointed out loud, is an odd reaction. Like, OMG.
OMG is so wrong. You're never supposed to say it. You're just supposed to type
Guys,
it.
it's the Fail Army. You don't fucking get it.
All right, here we go. Another fail from the fail army. Here we go. This is a woman trying to enter into her house. There's no ice around.
Is this funny or scary, Paul? This looks scary.
You can predict it either way. I don't know. Woman entering into her house. It doesn't seem like it's raining. It doesn't seem like there's ice. It seems like they kind of stopped painting the deck midway through as the top is white, the rest is brown. When you're that close, it really is you've really given up. You had the paintbrush in hand.
Let's not make fun of her home ownership skills, Paul.
I'm just saying you painted the top, but just paint that. Well, there's one post that clearly is a part of this mix.
And I don't mean to hate on this woman, but she don't own that home. She don't own that home. I only see the top of her head, but.
All right, people are saying dog knocks her off a porch. Okay, this is the end of a fail. Right, here.
Oh wait.
Oh, we didn't get to guess.
Predicted that. There is no way.
I wouldn't. All right,
hold on. This is one that I really love because she didn't. You think, oh, she's gonna fall. You don't think she's gonna headbutt her own door. Right? Watch it again. Here we go.
Did she live?
I think she's checking texts. So here we go. There you go.
I mean, this is unbelievable. Can you play it again?
Yeah, we got to watch it a couple of times. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, sorry.
Got it.
She goes to enter with her head. It's never up. It was
she tripped on a stair.
She's looking at her phone. She missed the last step. Goes head first into basically where a doggy door would be.
Yeah. and I would give her a fact if there even was a doggy door. She's so I just think that leading with her head was so surprising on that one. That's a hard one.
You can tell because she doesn't know what happened in that last step. She don't own that home. Does not own that home.
Also, by the way, you say it like she missed that last step. There are 2 steps. It's not even like she's like, oh, she had a 5-floor walk up. It's like it's barely off the ground. It is just a little bit of an incline. All right. This is a gentleman.
How many do we have? We only have 40 of these, Eugene.
Yeah, we have one or 2 more. Here we go.
How many more gentlemen do we have, though?
How many more women are we going to be making fun of, Paul?
We have 2 women, 2 men so far. It's an equal opportunity show. Okay. This is a gentleman. Who is that's the first frame of it.
Okay, I know what this is.
Oh, same. Go for it, Rob.
Well, he's going to try to light a fart. But it's gonna go up inside his body and he will explode.
Okay.
Instant implosion.
You think he's gonna die again?
I think he's gonna die.
Wow. Yeah, they're rough. Right, yeah. Don't play it now, Molly. Don't play it. We'll tell you when. I'll cue it.
I think he's gonna do one of those key ups. You know, the ones that you see when somebody gets knocked down in martial arts movies, and then he tries to key up to his feet. He's gonna land back on his back, break that bed. And that IKEA shelf is also going to fall forward.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. I like this. People say mattress malfunction. People say he's going to fart. People say he's going to shit his bed. All right, Molly, show us what happens. Here we go.
Oh! The fail army delivered on that one.
Yeah. That was a surprising one. That was a good heightening.
That was a good one.
Part right, but I don't know why he needed to get on top of the IKEA furniture.
I feel like he was trying to see if he could like launch himself like a ninja onto like a top level. Like it wasn't even a key up as much as it was like oh, I'm gonna stealthily, like Ninja Gaiden kind of like hop up to a second floor. But can we watch it one more time? Because I do think it's fulfilling to if we can have it queued up, Molly, if you can get it. I don't know. Maybe it's too hard.
Has he ever lit a fart on fire? Because if you do try that, you can, it can go up inside your body.
Oh, guys, this is guys, some sad news right now. We just heard that the fail army just invaded Poland. All right.
No. I'm blacking myself out.
There we go. One more time.
Oh, man.
The back break is the one that I think what I'm realizing now is he could have just successfully done the key up, but then he tries to to mount. It's too much. People say he didn't commit
It's too
enough.
much.
I don't want to be a bummer, so I'm going to keep this tale very quick.
Okay.
But I saw one the other day. I'm sure. Did you guys see this one of the woman trying to steal a package, and she grabs the package and she starts running away, and she slips on the grass and she gets a compound fracture of her leg.
Ooh.
Like the bone is sticking out of her leg, and she's like, ah. Ah! And then her husband is in the car, her white trash husband. Both these people are trash. And the husband gets out, runs over to the car, picks her up, and she's like, ah, honey, oh, my leg's broke. He carries her back to the car with her bone sticking out of her leg, and then he goes back and gets the package.
Well, I mean, there's probably something good in there.
Yeah,
like
it can't be
Pokemon or something. Yeah,
it can't be for all. Like if she's gonna, if we're gonna see bone, we might as well get that.
One of the this is not an actual fail, but Rob, you should tell the story to Eugene about you in the Jason mask. I mean, it is a fail. You just didn't tape it.
Oh, when I was in college, I was trying to scare some friends of mine when I was in college, and we were all. It was like a date weekend, and we were all up in the mountains, and. It was a kids summer camp so we had rented out, and we were running around and drinking and partying and stuff. And so I thought, oh, this will be really funny. I'll bring a hockey mask and go and scare everybody, when everybody gets really drunk. So I waited till 12 at night or 1 in the morning or whatever. Everyone was in this one cabin. I put on the hockey mask, and I had this long blonde wig on. I mean, I'd really thought this out. And I had a hatchet in my hand. I don't know why I brought all these props.
Like a real one?
A real hatchet, yeah. And so,
I never knew that.
Yeah, and I was up on top of this hill, and the little cabin where they were was down at the bottom of the hill. So I got all psyched up, and I started running down the hill as fast as I can. And I was gonna kick open the door to scare the shit out of everyone. Well, it's a kid summer camp, and so I'm running full steam, and all of a sudden, I thought someone hit me in the face with a baseball bat. I've never been knocked on went flying back, blood everywhere. The hockey mask was broken in two. I kind of get up, and I'm all bloody and fucked up. I still have a scar right here. It turns out I had run into a kid's wire clothesline, a clothesline, and just if it had been here, it would have cut my head off. I was running full steam ahead.
Oh my God.
Thank God I was wearing a hockey mask.
Oh my God. What's so crazy about that too is that I've heard that story a few times and I love it. But now I'm also the first time I've ever asked this question. You were getting a running start to kick open the door in a room. It could have just been.
I could have just opened the doorknob, I just thought I thought I could run and get up some momentum, and I was running full steam.
Oh,
and just ran into this clothesline.
Anyway, were you just hoping that people could see you full sprinting so that it'd be even scarier, or was it just for you?
I was drunk and I was trying to get in character. It was, I was in college. I wasn't an actor, but I wanted to be an actor, so I knew that there was the whole thing about
method.
Very method. Yeah. And this is before the fail army, guys. I kind of, did I come up with it? I don't know.
You don't know. All right. Eugene, we have kept you here for too long.
We've kept him here. Eugene, we've never kept anyone this long.
Great. I'll see you guys next week.
Bye. Are you shooting something fun right now? You have a weekend in New York. You are child free. So
child free. So
you got
just doing a couple of things out here, and then and then off to shoot some fun things for the summer, man.
Oh man, very exciting. I'm excited about your movie, your Easter movie too.
Yes. Easter Sunday was supposed to come out on Easter Sunday, but they pushed it back to August, which will still be fun. That's the Joe Coy vehicle. Yeah. It's really fun. I saw some of it, and I'm excited. It's all Filipinos, and it's going to be cool. So
I'm very excited about it.
I didn't get the call for that one.
Yeah, I mean, they were looking for your type, but then your type, our type.
Well, you said all Filipino.
All Filipinos, yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah. No.
That's
Yeah.
my thing.
I got to tell you what, this is, I don't even have a funny take on it. All I'm going to say, in very honest, Joe Coy, very funny person, but I'm very happy about this relationship he has with Chelsea Handler that looks very nice. It's like a very sweet relationship from everything I've seen. It's like it makes me like, oh, this is a lovely
And
pairing.
I will say, while we were shooting the movie, they would FaceTime all the time before they were officially a thing. And it was very sweet and very fun. So I think it's the
nice
real
to see
deal.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Eugene.
You're the real deal, buddy. You're the real deal.
Pleasure. We'll see you soon, bud.
Who dropped him? We didn't even get to say goodbye to him.
That's it. We drop him. We got, you know what? Why? Why? By the way, Easter Sunday, directed by our friend of the show, Jay Chandrasekhar.
I love it. Here, this is a deep cut, and this will make us seem super old, but for hardcore Human Giant fans, you might remember.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
That we used to do a sketch on Human Giant called Shutterbugs, which was it started off with Aziz and I being talent agents for little kids, and this one little kid in the opening of the sketch, like, I can't remember what she said, but she comes out and she's this tall. You know, she was like, I think she was like 4.
Yeah. And
she comes out and we, you know, the whole bit was that we were asshole Hollywood agents to little kids. Like, that was the funny part of it, is just being mean to kids. That was the sketch. And, but anyway, so Marcel's daughter, Ruby, was in that sketch, and she was like 4. And so now she's in her 20s, right?
She's in college. We're doing a show together next week at Dynasty Typewriter on the 27th.
Amazing.
And by the way, I'll show you, like, I think we have a picture of her right here. Well, this is, I'm going to see if we can pull up. Well, yeah. So we've known, I mean, I've known Marcel even
for a long time.
Long time. Marcel is an amazing writer. And she wrote this book that I absolutely love. It's right here. We'll put up this image right here. I'll throw it up. It is called Getting Over Max Cooper. I talked about this last week on the show.
Yeah.
It's a great book. It's a Paul's pick. You know that I always am highlighting my favorite in literature picks here on this show. This is my favorite book of recent memory. And we have the author of that book right now, Marcela Carp. Welcome, Marcel. Yes. Marcel, how long? I mean, I've known you since 2002, 2003.
We became friends in 2003 on Ruby's birthday, but I think we knew of each other because we had so many mutual friends.
But you were very cool, and that's the one thing that has stayed constant throughout the entire time, because
Marcel was UCB, cool.
Yeah, UCB was a very hip and happening spot where back when we were first starting out, that like interesting people would be there to see shows and be around, and like, you know, every now and then there'd just be like, oh, that person does this, or you'd hear a whisper of that and this, and you were one of those cool people that happened to be friends with our other buddy Jake Fogelnest, and that's how we met back then. Wow.
That's how we met.
Yeah. And look at us now. Look at us now.
Now look at us here on Twitch. It's amazing.
We made it. We made it.
Marcel, your book came out this week,
yes,
which is absolutely amazing. It's so, like, how does it feel? Like, what's been the process of from inception to now the release of the book this week?
So let's see. I wrote this book in 2015.
Whoa.
Like when my dad was dying, it was like a way for me to like forget what was going on. And then, you know, he died, and I forgot about it. Like, I just forgot about it just because I had other things on my mind.
Whoa.
Then, when my agent, Christopher Schelling, the best person in the world, when he tried to sell a book idea called How to Raise a Feminist, which was basically about how I raised my daughter. Nobody wanted it. So after we failed there, he was like, what else you got? And I was like, I wrote this like YA book. Would you be interested? And he also represents Rainbow Rowell. So he was like, I'm totally into YA. Let's have it. And so we worked on it for a few months. And then right before the pandemic, he went out with it and sold it like 2 weeks before the world shut down.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it was just like a fluke. It was just like, what else you got on your laptop there? And I was like, I have this.
I can't believe that you had a whole book that you just not forgot about, but you just sort of like, okay, yeah, that got me through that moment, and that's now moving on.
I have this book I wrote in a Word document on my laptop.
But people are talking about this, like, what is it about? I feel like YA in the last, probably 10 years has become like this giant genre of fiction. And like, were you reading it, or were you like, what brought you into that? Like, why were you like, oh, this is what I want to kind of dig into, like this world?
So I got into YA when the Hunger Games came out, because like everybody in 6th grade, which is like when my daughter was about that age, they were all talking about it. So maybe she was in 5th. I don't know. It came out like 2010.
Yeah.
And I like read it to make sure it was safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, this stuff is interesting. And then I read, of course, Twilight. I read all the Twilights.
You read the Twilight fan. But Twilight is basically erotic fan fiction, right? And no. That was 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah.
50 Shades. And by the way, I had a friend whose 10-year-old downloaded it on their Kindle and thought that was like dirty stuff, and was reading it to all their friends.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Is it hard? Like, I mean, I know you're a great writer, so maybe it's like an easy muscle, but like, I don't know that, to me, writing is the hardest thing in the fucking world. And so to like jump over into a genre that I'm not, like, how hard is that to just jump into this other genre?
Well, first of all, what you two have been doing for the last 20 something years is, to me, the hardest thing in the world. Just being able to get on stage and support each other and listen to each other and do improv. So like, I'm just like, I was always there in the shadows watching you guys. I think what you do is so much harder than writing. But writing for me is an escape. I just, and when I go through these like very lonely periods, like I just create these worlds in my brain, and I feel like I'm living in them, and they just kind of like, they find their way onto the page, or in this case, the laptop. And like this Max Cooper world, especially once I started working on it with my editor, like other characters emerged that I didn't even know existed. And that's like, it sounds so like artsy fartsy, but like that became the process. Like I was thinking about these two best friends, but then I met all these other characters that I didn't even know existed, because I was just digging into this world.
I love that. The world that you built is so, it's like, it takes place on this like kind of vacation island.
Yeah. Will you explain it, Marcel? You set it up, because I don't like it when Paul talks. I want to hear
There's like this one character, and then there's this other character, but there was a moment in that when there's some things happening.
Is there any conflict? There's conflict?
There's conflict. There's some conflict.
Beach, maybe. Yeah. Somebody was like, "What plot?" And I'm like, "I don't even say the P word to me. It's like a dirty word. I can't even handle it." So Fire Island's an actual place. It's a sandbar, about 33 miles worth of a sandbar off the coast of Long Island, I think off the north side, I think. And there's like 17 distinct communities in Fire Island. And this particular story takes place in one of the communities. And the other thing about this community is there's like only 400 houses in this community. There's only like one supermarket, one ice cream stand, one pizza parlor, one grocery store, and a fire department. Like the island is so self-contained. There's no cars. It's also considered a barefoot town, meaning you can walk around barefoot. And if you're a teenager, it's the best place in the world, because you can just ride your bikes all day long in your bathing suits and not worry about anything other than maybe getting a little bit of a sunburn.
And I mean, you're living in this, you go there, you vacation there. Like, was there a part when you started to forget, like you were just like, now I'm spying on kids? Like, I mean, obviously you have a daughter who is of this age back in 2015, but are you starting to watch kids and watch those interactions, or you just know them because you're a mom too? I mean,
it's a little bit of both, but it was also just like imagining like what would it have been like if I could ride my bike around all day long and not worry about people making any remarks at me, and just like having the complete autonomy of being able to go wherever I want, and maybe like come home for dinner and see my mom. Like I just kind of imagined imagined what that would be like. And also like the really wonderful thing about Fire Island, other than having like this, by the time you're 8, you have autonomy. Like by the time you're 8, you're like, see you, Mom, riding my bike, going to hang out at the bay, going to the beach. Like parents are just not even in your universe, and I just like, oh man, that would have, if I was 8 years old or 10 years old or 15 and never having to deal with my parents except maybe at dinner time, that would have been everything. And then also like the idea, the other thing about Fire Island is like all the adults gather at 6 o'clock, and by 8 o'clock, after they've had their wine and cheese and they've gone to bed, so the kids have free reign of the island. And I think that's where I started to really have some fun with imagining like what's happening when I'm
yeah, because I mean, primarily the book, if I'm right, I may be fudging it a little bit, but the main thrust of the book takes place over like 4 nights or 4 or 5 nights. It's like, and it's and then there's more, but it is interesting how much can go on in a night. It's like this idea, like there's so much stuff the kids are doing, and it reminded me of being back in high school. And I think the thing that I was thinking about that I was surprised at, I don't think we maybe talked about it at breakfast, but like that you can actually do stuff with these kids. Like I always felt like YA was going to be a little bit more chaste. Like, oh, you can't smoke, you can't talk about smoking weed, you can't talk about drinking, you can't talk about sex, but it's all in there. And I was like, whoa, this is that was surprising to me.
Yeah, it's like Euphoria on the beach, right. When do we start smoking weed? 8th, 9th, 10th grade? Like weed becomes part of your life. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Rob. Sorry. It's coming. You have like 10 more years. You have 10 more years. You have nothing to worry about.
Oh my gosh.
And then of course, like I remember what I was like at 12, 13, 14, 15, just like the ideas I had about boys. I mean, I think I had Scott Baio on my wall, Bobby.
Oh, he's the best. He's the best. Oh.
Like all these guys, like I would imagine myself with them. So like,
me too.
Yes, right.
By the way, this is the poster that I had on my wall when I was a kid. I'm just blowing it up, and I loved it so. I've loved it so much. Here, I'm just gonna get it in a big frame here. Hold on. This is. If I can, this is it. I had this Alyssa Milano, New Jersey's Devils hockey poster above my. I was like, this. It was, and then I remember I traded it for like a Coleco video game, and I always regretted it. I was like, this. How could I have given away my amazing Alyssa Milano hockey picture?
Marcelle is how old is Ruby? Can I ask? I shouldn't have said her name. She's not a minor anymore.
No, she's not. She's 21. She's an adult. She can vote.
Crazy. That's crazy.
She can drive at 21. I'm just kidding.
When she did Shutterbugs for us, she must have been like 5. 4?
Yeah, I think she was 4 the first time, and then when you did it as a series for MTV, she was probably like 6.
Right, because we did. Yeah, that's right. We did it before. Yeah, we did it before. That's right.
But there's also something about like this book about how to raise a feminist. I want that book out too, because people who don't know, like you and Debbie Stoller, you released Bust like this. You are responsible. People say, and I believe it. You are responsible for third wave feminism. You get this magazine out. This is like a huge moment, cultural moment. So like, who better, and especially in this moment in this time, to talk about how do you make your kids aware? Like, we're struggling with that with our sons, to make them aware and smart. And that's a book I want to see as well, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. I will say that Bust wasn't responsible. Rebecca Walker actually came out. I think that's right. Like she came with the term third wave feminism. Okay. But yeah, we were like there. We were there.
There.
I will own up to that. We were there. You know what? I think I may have told you this. Like in kindergarten, if you tell kids, this is basically how to teach feminism. Okay. If you tell kids, if you can do the monkey rings, so can I. Like meaning like if you can do that, you know, in the jungle gym, that's basically feminism. That just basically that's a level set. If you can do something, so can I. It's like we're of equal value, and you don't even have to get into that because it's so complicated.
Yeah.
Like if you can do the monkey ring, so can I.
Yeah,
I love that idea. That's a very simple. Again, like it's always about.
In my house, we just drink out of Frida Kahlo, oversized Frida Kahlo.
Oh man. I mean, Can you give us any tips? Because Rob and I, we're trying to get into the YA market. I feel like it's a big market, and Rob and I, we've been taking this show. We have a lot of people, Can you give us? Do you have any tips? What do we need to know if we are going to write? Are there any rules that you have to follow, or can we pitch you, or what? What do you think? Are there any rules that you have to follow that you were surprised at in that world? Like any formats that you had to stick to?
I want to hear some pitches.
All right. So Rob and I have some pitches for some good YA novels. And,
I'll give you a couple of rules, right?
Yeah.
Don't use chalk. If you're going to write, don't use chalk because that gets erased. That erases very quickly. Use a computer.
Oh, you're saying don't write your novel on a chalkboard. Okay, that is all right.
She's giving us physically writing tips, like not creative tips, just how to actually write.
By the way, it's a good lesson. I mean, some of the greatest novels were written on a chalkboard.
Yeah. Well, like for example, I'm not that familiar with the genre, but I imagine you can't be too graphic. It's more about like the teenage emotions and like the yearning and the longing for someone. Am I right about that, or am I off base?
It could be. You could be writing about like your drunk mom. You could be writing about who else could you be writing about? The neighbor across the way who's annoying.
How about like you're a young boy who is like, oh, my dad is the coolest. And then it will go on for like paragraphs about my dad's the best. And then it would be like, oh yeah, and I'm doing some bullshit. But my dad, like, it's like, could you do just kind of a tribute? Like, oh, my dad likes this and that. Could you just talk about your dad's coolness? Or could you do any of that kind of stuff? Because I feel like people would like that. I mean,
I think people would love that. And I think also if you drew like pictures so that they understood, that would be a total YA hit.
Okay, here's a real one.
All right, real one.
And again, I don't know anything about the genre. Okay,
Rob hasn't even read.
I'm just learning how to read.
Wow.
But what if you took homeschooling and you made a bunch of, like, let's say there's a pod in your neighborhood of kids that are homeschooled, right? And in that little environment, there's some romance percolating, but down the street there's another homeschool where some other weirdo kids are being homeschooled. So what I'm getting at is you combine the weirdo Florida conservative Trump fucking terrible families and you market it towards those weirdos. Not that all homeschoolers are Trump.
Yeah,
weirdos.
It really made. Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean that could be. I mean that's
gone in a very interesting direction.
Might be too specific.
Lachlan Murdoch might be interested in this as an idea.
Ooh,
all right. How about this? Romeo and Juliet, but you pick up from the end after they kill themselves, and now they're in heaven, and they're like, oh, it's not really working out. And then it's sort of them like, we made the ultimate sacrifice, and they're trying to make it work because they're in heaven, and everyone's like, you should be happy now, you did it. And then they're like, yeah, but I didn't really know her. I just kind of met this girl at a party, and I don't even know what happened. It was like 12 hours later, I'm drinking poison, and it's you're like, can you do like, I mean, maybe something like that? Could that be could your breakup be the main thrust of it? Could you do a breakup right at the top?
Breakups are a trope in YA. Like there's like some real like quintessential kind of YA novels, and breakup is like right up there in the top 5 like of things that happen. So I think a breakup that happens in heaven, and then they go find other heavenly angels that they can be with. Yeah. That's a great novel.
I like this,
Paul. Okay, wait a second.
Wingman. You call the novel Wingman, but it's angel wings.
Oh my God!
And that's what they do.
Damn it,
man!
Paul,
get
Paul,
it in.
You better call your agent right now, Paul, because these people on the chat are going to steal your idea.
Hello? Yes, Wingman. Sell it.
Paul, you're using a Staples buzzer. Okay, Marcel, isn't another genre that's popular Amish romance novels? What if you took that but younged it up? So it's not like these adults that are yearning and percolating with all this sexual energy, but it's like Amish teens.
Oh, she cranked his crank like a butter churner.
Ezekiel's churn needed to be, the bread was leavened with.
She lifted up all 3 of her skirts, and still there was 4 more underneath.
There's something here, guys.
I think
Barn burner.
You know what? I'm thinking about that season in Orphan Black where one of the orphans like had an Amish. There was like an Amish thing, and I bet if you just shaved 10 years off of that, you could be like, what were you doing?
I like this.
Before you met the Orphan Black people.
People are calling it Farm Boys calling it Amram or Amram, which is Amish romance. All right, so we got a couple ideas here. We got to introduce us to your publishers, which is and
there's
your
no reason why you shouldn't set up a meeting for us with your agent tomorrow.
Look, my dear friends, I want to make things happen for you, and just as long as you don't take to chalk, as you can keep it all contained in the other like pen or computer, will be in
Marcel. You know what I'm just remembering? There was a Marcel put a ton of money in my pocket in 1 year of my life. Marcel, do you know what I'm talking about? In New York, Marcel, didn't you briefly work for a cable network? Didn't you work for Fuse?
Oh, that's right.
Yes, Marcel worked for Fuse, which I don't even know if Fuse is still around.
Yeah, it is.
And Marcel hired me. I did all the voiceovers for Fuse.
You were like the Penn Jillette of Fuse?
Yeah, listen, literally every day I went in and did voiceovers for Fuse and made like, Marcel, I'm remembering now that I owe you like a ton of money.
Wow, I completely forgot about that. But now that it's coming back to me, like we were looking for a VO and I was like, oh, I know somebody, but I had to pretend we weren't friends.
Yes. Now I'm getting us all in trouble. I mean, the good thing is that I spent all that money on, I bought one of those sex doll, like a real doll. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a very real,
lifelike sex doll.
It's not important what I spent the money.
I'm glad you're sharing that with the feminist. I'm glad you're sharing.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, I'll ask my wife. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe.
But Marcel, check this out. I know you know it already. #1 on Amazon for teen and young adult fiction. Your book is #1 right there. Boom. Right there. That's huge.
Are you? I take back what I said. I don't owe you any money. You have. That is congratulations. That's so awesome. Oh my god.
I think I can pay for college now with that.
Oh my god.
I mean, it must be really interesting to see the responses though too, because you are writing this book. It is existing with you. It got you through a moment. It represents parts of your childhood, and now you've given this to the world, and now it's out there. Now people are going to be responding to it and tweeting at you. And have you started to feel that energy from people so far?
I've been feeling really supported also by thank you so much, to you guys. I've been feeling very supported. I've been feeling a lot of love, it's like, it's so nice. It's just really, it's really, really nice. Coming out of what we've all been through as a global entity kind of thing. And just like having the book now in people's hands and just like getting photos of people reading it, that people I don't even know. I mean, I said to, I don't know who I said this to, but I was like, is this how I'm going to find a boyfriend? Like,
you might, yes. I think you might.
And all this sharing.
You're going to find like a teenage boyfriend, like some 17-year-old that's.
I love it. And I want to just call out one more thing before we let you go, because we kept you here for a while. You are getting your master's, right? You are like in the middle of school. So thank you for coming out on a school night. I mean, that's the other thing too. Like you are like, you have an amazing career. You are also, you are a writer. You are now a graphic. Not graphic. You are a YA novelist. You are currently in school. You are also working in television. Like you are doing it all.
And a mom.
And a mom. But I mean, like, what is it like?
An adult. I mean, really, come on.
What is it like going back to school now? Is it it's all online, right? I mean, you're like seeing people on Zooms, right? You're not in it. or are you in it? Have you been in a room?
I graduated college in May. Because I also forgot that I didn't graduate college. So when I was looking for a job and they were like, "You didn't graduate college," I was like, "Oh, I should go graduate college." So
why do you need it? Did you need it?
Yeah, I did. Also, to get a master's, you need to graduate college. Okay. So I got to graduate college through the pandemic. That was all Zoom, and now I'm doing a master's in, surprise, surprise, women and gender studies. And now we're in person, and that's been awesome.
Wow,
I love it.
That is amazing.
That's been awesome.
Marcelle, you're doing it. You are living the dream.
You got it.
You made your dream come true.
Time and time again.
If you have any questions or your children have any questions about women and gender studies, I'm the person to ask.
I love it. All right, Getting Over Max Cooper is available now. Is there any place where they need to go get it, or they can get it anywhere they want at this point?
Anywhere you want, except the Strand. I didn't see it at the Strand in New York, so don't go there.
Don't go there. All right, it's at Barnes and Noble. It's at a lot of different places. It's in your libraries, but buy it. At this point. The library, you buy the book. Buy the book. And people are saying they love you, Marcelle. They want to go to school with you. So follow Marcelle on all the social media that she's got it all. You can find her very easily. It's Marcelle Karp, and there you go. And that's it. All right, Marcelle, we give everybody a really quick goodbye. So goodbye.
Bye.
They do have Amish romance. People are saying they do have Amish romance.
I'm telling you, I already know that Amish romance is a big genre. All I'm going to do is make them teens.
Oh my God, Rob! Let's check out some
money.
Let's check out this. All right. All right,
look at some of the book covers. It's amazing because it's all this yearning. Yeah. It's
the Quilter's Daughter.
Yeah. It's all these
banished
religious women that have these, not just women, but like religious people that are having these sexual urges, but they can't act on them, but they can rub
this is a teen, a beacon of light.
Wait, someone already stole my idea?
I mean, let's see what they say. It says this is part of the
I will bury them.
Wow. Wait, this is the Beacon of Light. A lot of 5-star reviews. A good book. All books by Linda Beyer are good.
I will bury you, Linda.
Get in this Amish game. Wow, I did not realize.
I got to get in the game.
You know what we were talking about? We were talking about Euphoria for a second. Like, I think Euphoria has definitely shaded the YA novel experience because I think that kids want something a little bit more, edgy. And I was realizing that part of it, that I think my fascination with the Johnny Depp trial is that it is like if two characters on Euphoria had to go to court, like, and describing like, well, yeah, I was at that party and I did put cocaine in her drink, which, it's like you have to there's so much their life is that level of nonsense. Like when you actually start to deconstruct it, it's like, I did say go get hit by a taxi cab, but I didn't mean it as a joke, and I just feel like that's why I think people are engaged in it. And I will say this, the one thing that I've learned is never cross a Johnny Depp fan, because they are the biggest community of all time. When you're watching these live streams on when you're watching it on YouTube and on TikTok, the Johnny Depp fan community is so giant. They're so giant that in the Academy Awards, when they did their the best movies of the year, the second movie of the year was like a Bitcoin produced film that Johnny Depp was in called Minata or Minmata, that I never even heard of, but because just because Zack Snyder and Johnny Depp's crypto movie were the top 2 movies of this past year, because it was all voted on by Twitter. Like the Johnny Depp army is not to be messed with.
I can't. I don't want to make that mistake again. I one time I crossed. And I won't go into it, but I crossed the Mariah Carey army.
Oh yes,
and they. They came for me hard, and still, I look out my window now, and every now and then I'll walk by. I walk down my street and I'll see someone with a Mariah Carey shirt, and I kind of flinch a little bit, and then they get to a certain distance away and they go like this. I go,
oh boy, yeah, you don't want that. But you know what? If the Mariah Carey ever comes for you, if the Mariah Carey army ever comes for you, Rob, all you have to do is make one phone call, not to me, but 2, the Amish Bachelor.
Mm.
The quiet. The quiet.
The quiet. Look at the body. Look at the body on the quiet Amish Bachelor.
Oh,
you can't tell from what he's wearing, but underneath he is ripped.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to briefly show you something that I did not make this, but I fully support.
Okay.
The message. You know, we've had a bit of a war going on, you and I, a battle.
Yes. I mean, if people want to be up to date on it, you know, it's like I have created some of the best bumpers for this.
Rob is a good friend, always looking out for his buds. When you're in trouble, he'll help you. Rob is a good friend.
That's a great intro for you.
I'm noticing now that there are now special effects added to that bumper since you first showed it. Now there are
that's how they always were. You just maybe were so impressed by the singing that you didn't see all the special effects. These were not updated.
Regardless, what you said is not true. You said that you've been creating some of the best bumpers. Those are very controversial.
Okay.
And it's caused me a lot of some financial problems. You mentioned that you didn't think that you suggested that I don't pay my taxes, which,
I said that you do pay your taxes and don't bother looking because you're not going to find anything. He is up and up. I mean, again, you're right. I've supported you and you keep on finding that my support is
your contention is that these are ways of promoting me or celebrating me. But I'm telling you, because I'm living it, it has created a world of problems for me. In the last video that you just showed, it said, Rob is a good friend. I don't know the lyrics of the song.
Rob is a good friend. He always stands up for his buds. When you're in trouble, he'll help you out. Rob is a good friend.
The visuals show me with Vladimir Putin, me with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, you stood next to all your friends.
There's another one. There was another one at one point that you'd edited of me with Robert Durst, who's a convicted murderer.
Where is Rob? Where is Rob? He's not here, but where is he? Where is Rob?
I think you were confused. That one that's a bunch of videos from you. I didn't say anything about Robert Durst.
It's a never-ending thing here, but none of those images are me except for the very last photo.
Let's not break it down and that's like inside baseball stuff.
Okay.
That's inside
Regardless, I put the word out, and I will put the word out now. If there is anyone out there watching this in America, in Australia, tons of viewers in Australia. By the way, not just Brissy Joe. There's an Australian army for this show that edits video. If you want to edit a video about Paul, just DM me. That's what Buttonhead did. Buttonhead DM'd me and said, hey, if you want, I can cut something together. And I said, sure. And so he cut something and sent it to me, and I fully support it. And so this is that video.
Do you live in the greater Los Angeles area? Was your dog stolen from outside your local Ralph's? Are you afraid your pup was sold on the black market? Well, Paul Scheer definitely isn't responsible for your missing dog.
Thank you for that.
So, yeah. So
Rob is an innocent man. Sure, he killed someone, but he wasn't convicted. The jury was hung, and some say they were bribed. But now Rob is a free man, so don't bother him anymore. 'Cause according to a court, he did not commit a crime.
I love that one that you made of me, because I think that there have been some images on the internet of me next to missing dogs.
True or false? True or false?
That's true. There have been some images, and they all have been, in many respects, I just feel that I've been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Mr. Hubel, so what I'd like to say to you is thank you for the video. I am not a dog napper.
That was Buttonhead. Buttonhead was trying to clarify that.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
thank you.
There's been this ongoing issue of missing dogs in LA. There have been a lot of pictures of you with other people's dogs that have been
thank you.
Found in return, and you've accepted reward money. I know that to be a fact.
Yeah, I get lucky. I get lucky finding these
that's
dogs.
the question. That's the question: is are you stealing these dogs? And so Buttonhead said,
No.
he's not. He's not.
Thank you, Buttonhead. Thank you, Buttonhead, for clarifying that. See, like, this is the way I wish you
Yeah, well,
would have reacted to.
This is backfiring on me now because I didn't know that you would.
Let me watch it again. Let me see. Maybe we're trying to like get a. Let me watch it one more time. Let's see.
Do you live in the greater Los Angeles area? Was your dog stolen from outside your local Ralph's? Are you afraid your pup was sold on the black market? Well, Paul Scheer definitely isn't responsible for your missing dog.
First of all, I love that you did that one thing where on the van, it says not Paul Scheer. So I think you really clarified that that's not me. And then, and I think what you were able to do there is like that one image where I had the dog in my hand. I think that to me was a really beautiful moment of showing that like I do have good luck finding dogs, and they like me.
Well, this is not the reaction I had hoped for.
What would you want me to do?
It's just backfired. This whole thing. Now I got to go back to Buttonhead and say, he screwed up, because I thought that this was bulletproof. I thought that you would be upset at the.
No, not at all. I'm appreciative that you got the word out. A lot of people have been saying that I have been hanging out on Nextdoor looking for people posting pictures of their dogs, then going to their Nextdoor, the app, then going to their houses and stealing their dogs. And that is simply not true. I don't care what the footage on people's video cameras say. I don't care that people say that when they walk by my van, they hear barking dogs. I don't care that people are saying, oh, well, he sells them to, untoward people, that he ships them out of the country. All this stuff is hearsay, happenstance. I just want to. So I appreciate I
didn't want you to appreciate it. I wanted this to get under your skin, honestly.
Oh, well, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, so then I'll cast a wider net and ask people for your help. If you want to make a video where we
to exonerate me, sure, absolutely. I'm always
okay. Well, people can DM me on Instagram and I'll get back to you.
Okay, Rob, I do want to give a little bit of an update.
Yes.
Many weeks ago, I told you about my great dog, Meatball the dog.
Yes. Who you have not stolen.
I did not steal Meatball the dog. I adopted Meatball the dog from a wonderful place called Priceless Pets.
You don't have to say Meatball the dog.
Okay, I think Sergeant Meatball. I should give him his proper ranking.
Well, everyone that watches this show knows who Meatball is.
I just don't want people to come in and be like, "Why is he talking about a pasta topping?" So I basically told you.
Are you just as I don't want to get in the weeds here, but are you contending that meatballs are a pasta topping? Is that your take?
What are they? What else? What are they? What else are they?
It's a main course.
Meatballs are not a main course. Meatballs are pasta. You put on top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese. I lost my poor meatball, not the dog. The topping of that I eat with pasta.
That's not the lyrics. All right, keep going.
So I told you guys a pretty harrowing story, which is Meatball tore his ACL, and we had to go bring him in for surgery to replace his ACL. And part of that,
there is a little confusion in the chat. People are asking why you're talking about the 80s screwball comedy
Meatballs. Again, not Meatballs the movie, not Meatballs the pasta topping. Meatball the dog, the adopted dog. Meatball the adopted dog. So I told you this pretty harrowing story that Meatball had torn his ACL. We were having him recover, which was a very intense process where he couldn't really leave the crate. He had to be in the crate for the healing to take place on his leg. He couldn't jump up on the couch. He couldn't do a lot of stuff. And part of that crate, not training, but that time where he was in the crate and the family was around and he couldn't really be with us was really a bummer for him. And we saw him getting very depressed. And there was something that started to happen with him where
you got him hooked on drugs. You got him hooked on.
By the way, he was doped up to a ridiculous
Well,
degree.
no,
It was,
you told a story that you gave him a bunch of weed or something.
oh
like that.
yes, I gave him some weed. Yes, because he was in the crate all the time, and when vacuum cleaners were on, and the days where like people were mowing the lawn next door.
How many vacuum cleaners do you have in your household?
I have 5 vacuum cleaners in the house at any given point. Just to clean up stuff. What?
This is gonna. I hope you have to talk about this on the stand someday, because you're gonna be humiliated. That's way too many vacuum cleaners.
Well, you gotta have one vacuum for every room, and it's disgusting if you use the same vacuum in different rooms. It's like eating off of somebody else's spoon.
Oh my gosh, you are so out of touch. You are a West Coast elite. Keep going.
All right,
keep going.
So we noticed that Meatball's getting pretty depressed, and we felt badly about it. And there was one day where he just seemed a little bit worse and depressed, and I was worried. He didn't feel like he was himself at all. And the very long story short is, I woke up the next morning after seeing him a little bit bad, and he was shaking, like he just really. And I said, June, I got to take him to the vet. We brought him to the vet. We found out that he was septic, which meant that he had fluid in his stomach, which is a very bad sign. Apparently, a cyst on his liver had formed, and it had burst.
Is this going to have a happy ending?
Well, that's what I'm going to tell you. And so we had to rush him into surgery, and they basically were like, make the choice, live or die, man. And if you make the choice, there's a 50% chance that he'll survive the operation. There's a 50% chance that after he survives the operation, he'll even live in the recovery. And even after all that, there might even be traces of cancer inside of him. We don't know.
I would like to know offline the name of your vet who said, make the choice, man, live or die.
I will tell you. I will tell you, they gave us 10 minutes to make a very expensive choice that June and I freaked out about. We actually called, that was a surgeon. We called our vet, and our vet talked us through it. Long story short, Meatball survives the surgery, and not only survives the surgery, but then makes this tremendous recovery. We bring him home a day or two before he was even supposed to go home. He has a feeding tube in, and it is full-on nursing care. My wife does an amazing job at crushing pills and food, but Meatball doesn't even need the feeding tube because he's just eating, and he's starting to eat, and he's getting better and better.
Did your wife take any of the pills that she crushed up?
I mean, a lot of it. Yeah,
we snort them. Did she?
We had fun with those pills, because we're just, we're Hollywood party people. We're Hollywood.
You can't.
Mr. Hebel, we had a good time with the pills. And I'm not going to regret saying meatball, feetball, jeepball, greetball, signed asshole. So long story short, we're watching him recover. And as of today, and as of a few weeks ago, because I brought him to the doctor I would say, like, as of yesterday, I brought Meatball to the doctor. He is great. He is completely back on track. His ACL is healed, which is another issue that we kind of forgot about. He is, because we did have it repaired, and he is missing 2 lobes of his liver, and his gallbladder, but he is like a youthful, fun, loving pup. He lost a tremendous amount of weight, which has been amazing for his body because it actually makes him lighter. So Meatball is in great spirits and great shape. And I thank everybody for asking. I haven't given a full update because I didn't want to really celebrate it until his feeding tube was out, and it's been out. He's healthy. He got a clean bill of health just the other day. So Meatball is back, baby.
Meatball.
I will tell you
is
this.
Meatball on Cameo? Does he have a cameo?
We are going to try to get him on Cameo. We're going to try to pair him up with that Dunkin' Donuts duck. But there was a moment with Meatball where June and I felt so good. We just started to breathe like a sigh of relief. And then on Sunday, he started limping again. And we're like, oh my God, what happened to Meatball? And we just found out it was a leg cramp. But so dogs can get a leg cramp, and he's fine. He is good.
Wow. Well, that is such good news. I was scared to ask because I'm always scared to ask about.
Yeah, me too. And
I'm also scared to ask about old people, and I'm scared to ask about anything specific. Whenever I see someone, I'm like, oh, and how How do you feel?
I don't want to ask about a baby unless I know the baby is out.
Oh,
I don't want to ask about a marriage, or I have an uncanny ability to ask about someone's girlfriend, husband, boyfriend when they and I'm like "Blah," and I'm like no, and I know it's almost like I know it's wrong.
I've done this. I've tried to be cute when someone was what I thought pregnant and said, I mean, I learned my lesson. I did it when I was 18 years old, and I learned I was working. It was my first summer out of college. I was working in the men's department at a Macy's. This is all background. And a woman came in, and I thought, well, this woman's pregnant. And I said, oh, how far along are you? And she said, I beg your pardon? And I went, I'll be over here in the parking lot. So don't do that.
That is a rough stuff. Yeah, don't ask. Yeah, don't ask unless it's volunteered. I feel like it's made me. It's actually made me a more. I stand back. I stand back. I wait until I get an entry point because I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, I'm so glad to hear about Meatball. Now, let me ask you this.
Yes,
he has fully recovered. Is he going to join Hollywood Vampires?
We're talking to Meatball right now. We're gonna maybe bring him to one of the casino dates and have him play one of those pianos, one of the Hollywood vampire pianos that we got from Big. It's one of the he's one of the vampires too. The big piano, piano from Big, the movie Big. That's one of the original vampires. It's all the vampires. All the vampires are out tonight.
Yes.
2, 3, 4. On top
we built this city. Great show. Eugene Cordero, Marcelle Karp, Getting Over Max Cooper.
Yes, indeed.
Did I get the name right?
You did. Getting Over Max Cooper. It's a great book. Check it out. A big thank you to our super producer, Molly. Everybody here for watching the show. Tell your friends about it because it's always great to have more and more people here. And we will be
raid someone. Are we supposed to?
Yeah, we're gonna raid. Molly's on all that. She's always there. She's got it all. All right, Robbie.
This show is getting better. How long have we been doing this show? 2 years?
Gosh, I know it's been it's been a while, and
I'm starting to develop a rapport with you.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like at first, it was
very tense, very weird.
I couldn't figure
out
love-hate
relationship.
How to talk to you, but now I feel like we're right in the zone. You know.
It's so funny, Rob. I love doing the show with you, but seeing you in public, it's odd because we've now seen each other a handful of times. But it is like I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, I see you all the time, but I also have not seen you all the time, like in real life. It's like a very bizarre. Like
we went to a friend's birthday dinner the other night, and it was alarming. I mean, just for me actually to be in a restaurant, I'm still
it was fucking frightening. But you are in, as I said to you,
I'm in that
last
sweet
week.
Spot now.
You're in that sweet spot. Go and embrace life. Go to movies. Go to concerts.
Thank you for saying that. I just am trying to get my kissing booth idea going again. You know,
like you can't give it, you can't get it. So get those kisses in for 90 days. Get those kisses in.
I can't wait. My wife was like, it's fine if you want to make money setting up a kissing booth in the neighborhood.
It's not sexual. That's the thing about your kissing booth. It's not sexual. It's just for fun. It's like shooting hoops. You know, you don't have to be a professional basketball player to like doing it.
And congrats on the Clippers. I don't follow basketball, but I know they won. Did they win the championship?
No, they did not win the championship, but I'm okay with it because of a few reasons. They were injured. They had a great season. I'm not letting them not get into the playoffs overshadow anything. They didn't I love the Clippers. I'm just happy not to see them have to go up against John Morant, and I'm happy not to see them have to go up against Chris Paul. Ultimately, because I want them to do that when they're at full strength. Anyway, Rob. See you next week.
To see you, buddy.
All right, see you later. Bye.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
That is all for Thursdays with Rob and Paul. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, do all the things that you do. Tell your friends about it. Watch the show live every Thursday on twitch.tv/friendzone or just the recaps right here. That's right. We're here all the time. Check out the show. You know what to do. I'm Paul Scheer. Bye for now.